Why are people not taking insurance? Why they take it so easily, take it for granted, and often they take it too late as well in their life.
It is the fear of death basically which forces them to take this decision very late.
If there is someone who's salaried, and let's say business as well, if he loses his business or his life, what is the expected timeline his family can survive without him or his income?
More than 1.5 year max.
If the salary is 1 lakh rupees per month, how much insurance value I should take and what will be the premium of that?
20-25 times is what we suggest the client.
If we have to make something, a statement for Gen Zs to look at insurance in a better way, what could that be? What are different types of insurance? What exactly they protect? Have you seen any cases where insurance was not taken and the family was completely dismantled?
The latest crash. The ex-company had not taken the insurance of that aircraft or the other insurances related to the risk. That company must have gone bankrupt. So insurance is basically not only important for an individual, important for the company as well.
If you have to give one specific insurance, which is the most important insurance for an entrepreneur or a business to take in today's world, which insurance that is? Well, today's podcast is not about growth. It's not about expansion. It's not aggressiveness of making money. It's about protection. Not just wealth protection, but life insurance as well, which protects every aspect of your life and business. And who better can someone who has spent 25 years in life insurance, mutual funds industry, starting from an age of 18 years. And it's today 25 years have crossed and he's still serving all those clients who started with him. He's none other than my own Bhaiya who speaks on protection like he knows the heck of it. So I welcome Mr. Rajesh Katyal. Thank you so much, Bhaiya, for taking out time and coming on Business Banking and Beyond.
Thank you, Hemant. It is wonderful sitting with you after a long time and speaking about insurance. Thank you.
So I think it's a very different scenario here. Normally, the things which happen at home are not subject to be recorded, but today everything is getting recorded. I hope you are getting the backdrop of it. So I'll start with a very serious topic, which is our insurance aspect. First thing and the most important thing, if there is someone who's salaried, and let's say business as well, if he loses his business or his life, what is the expected timeline his family can survive without him or his income?
See, that's a very perspective question or individualistic question. We have seen surviving people for 6 months, surviving people for 2 years, surviving people for 3 years. Totally depends on the individual, how he has planned his finances, how he has planned his insurance and everything. Generally, if I talk about insurance, people don't take it very seriously. So we have seen the family surviving not more than 1.5 year max.
Okay. So when we say not surviving more than 1 year, let's say it's 6 months, 1 year, whatever is the time, what exactly happens when the bread earner of the home is gone and then you have to take care of your family? Mostly it will be the female of the home or maybe supporting family members. So what exactly happens after that?
In India, generally, the older generation used to have one earning member in the family, that is the male person. Nowadays, it is becoming parallel as it females are also working. So generally, what the when the bread earner was not there, it is the emotional aspect first the female has to handle, then the burden of the family, then the decision making of the family. That is the most important thing which female suffers or faces problem in when she has to take the financial aspect of the family. She is very well doing the other decisions, taking care of the family, but as far as financial aspect is concerned, because she was not involved in that, that is the most difficult phase or difficult subject for a female to take care of.
So when we say it's about female, it's the person who's left behind, who was taking care before, more or less different things. Now financial things are coming as well. What happens to the standard of life? How does people in the family take care of basic things and some advanced things as well, which was basically their standard of living?
So basically, uh, they live in fear. They live in fear because there is scarcity of funds. Uh, Basic necessity is what they always think of. That freedom of luxury is gone with the bread earner. Generally, the female only talks about the basic necessity and what survival is important for them. They talk about that only. Luxuries, they don't generally talk, because they don't know how long the amount will survive, because of different factors in the finances. Inflation is one factor. There are many factors which basically forces you to think very minutely or very micro on the finance part and the insurance part.
Well, definitely, you're already taking care of the emotional aspect, then financial burden comes up as well. If I have to sum up, in a scenario where now your life was a really great one when your bride husband was there, now you have completely moved into an emotional stress and a financial stress, because every decision has to be taken very, very, very carefully. If I compared this to a situation where the bread earner would have taken a decision while he was there to take a life insurance or any insurance which could have taken care of this situation, what would have been different?
See, as far as the decision what bread earner must have taken, and today, that decision of financial freedom cannot be compared with anything. Okay, so financially, what decision he had taken, they were for 5 years, 7 years, 10 years. It's the longevity of the things which actually uh, is an issue. How long, how the future is, and things basically how they turn up. That is the most important thing which bread earner cannot even think.
Okay. So that's the financial planning aspect. You cannot really generalize things. If the standard of living demands every month 1 lakh rupees or 10,000 dirhams, then your life insurance has to be in that perspective as well. So if I may say so, just again, little bit generalization. If the insurance was not comparable to your standard of life, or you not have taken even, so there was no protection at all, what would be the situation if he had taken? What amounts can he expect, and what better he could have expected?
So when you talk about insurance, we generally use a term that you should have at least 20 times of your annual income as your insurance. Why 20 times? In India, we say that 8% is or 7% is the uh, interest rate. If the female doesn't have to think anything, then she can go to the bank, deposit that money, and take the monthly income out of it as interest. So this is at least what a person should do as a bread earner, that they should take 20 to 24 times of the annual income as insurance, depending on the inflation, 1% and or 2% here and there.
Let's put this in numbers. If the salary is 1 lakh rupees per month, how much insurance value I should take, and what will be the premium of that?
Again, a very general statement. 20 times is 20 lakh rupees, or 20 times of the annual income. It is a subjective matter again. It is a matter of calculation. It is a matter of calculation in a sense that depending on your uh, age, what liabilities you have, what you want to hedge basically, whether you want to hedge your full, as in full uh, income as in full luxury income, whether you want to hedge 50%. So generally 20-25 times is what we suggest the client. When in numbers, it has to be individualistic. It cannot be generalized statement.
Okay. So if it is 1 lakh salary, let's say the age is less than 30, which I think is the ideal age, 30, approximately 30.
It is the annual income, not the monthly income.
Okay. So monthly income 12 lakhs into 20 times should be minimum what you can expect to be your cover, and the age is approximately 30. What would be the premium required to cover his 20 lakhs of coverage, 20 times of coverage, and what will be the amount he can expect which will come? Again, little bit generalized, but just to put the numbers in perspective.
Numbers in perspective. So generally, what we suggest youngsters is that you should take term insurance till the time your liabilities are on the higher side. Go for the lowest minimum possible premium, because you have other liabilities. Insurance is one subject. You should stick to term insurance only. Don't go for the insurance, the investment plans, because generally you should not mix investment and insurance together. Go for a term insurance. You can get easily a term insurance of 1 CR in close to 15 to 18,000 maximum in
And
India,
that's a monthly premium.
annual premium.
So in 15,000 rupees, you can get a cover of 1 CR.
Yeah.
Is there any terms and condition in between?
Nothing. Even suicide is covered after 365 days.
Oh my God. Well, I don't want to go to that because that must be a
So
different.
when we say suicide is covered, it is said in insurance term, it is said self-sustained injury is also covered. Generally, accidents are covered. Normal life is covered, as in normal death is covered. So when we talk about suicide, it says general self-sustained injuries are also covered.
Nice. This is something new I'm learning. A lot of things today. Well, it's so easy to say when we are sitting here that 15,000 rupees and you can cover 1 CR. If it's that so easy and so logical that with just merely 15,000 rupees I can give my family 1 crore of cover, why are people not taking insurance? Why they take it so easily, take it for granted, and often they take it too late as well in their lifetime?
It is the fear of death, basically, which uh, forces them to take this decision very late, because initially they don't want to think of death. When on the later stages, when you are experienced, when everybody tells them that it's a certain thing to happen, that is why they go into that mode. Otherwise, initially, no one wants to think of death, whereas it should be the first thing one should think. Whenever you have liabilities, whenever you have things to hedge, be it your parents, be it your spouse, be it your kids, you should think of death first. What will happen to them after me? This is what one should think from the day one.
So if we have to put in a nice way, ki death, fear of death, people are, it's a taboo, maybe people don't want to talk about it. What would you like to give in guidance that think about death as well in some way that you care, fear about insurance as well?
See, uh, no one thinks about death. It is basically the end of anything. You start your day, you sleep at night. It is called end of day. You sleep at night, you get up in the morning, it is said it is end of night. So this way only you have to think that if God forbid anything happens, this is the only product which will save my family from the uh, liabilities or the things which can ruin their life, basically. So, if I put it in normal word, if you have given life to somebody, you should give life insurance to them as a security. Otherwise, don't give life.
और जो आया है उसे जाना तो है ही.
Definitely.
The better you accept and plan it.
It is not about jana. It is about basically untimely jana. Jana to sabne. Untimely jana is the most important thing. What if I go untimely?
Correct. So if this is about maybe people who are boomers or little late in 30s or 35s, do you have some advice for the Gen Zs as well? Because every time we talk about Gen Zs at corporate, Gen Zs in school, Gen Zs at different places, what do you think Gen Z would think about insurance?
Gen Z will never think about insurance until unless they are made to understand. Gen Zs live in today, they don't live up, they don't talk about past, they don't talk about future. So Gen Zs is the most dangerous community or dangerous people I have ever met. My son is also a Gen Z. So they don't want to talk about future, they want to live in today. So it is as good as waking up every day, earning for that day, and then eating up that amount for that day. That's it. That is the biggest mistake they are going to face, because they are putting in that that culture in themselves, which is not a good culture to adapt actually.
Definitely some lines, but again, they are part of our workforce, they're part of life, they're part of our community. If we have to make something, a statement for Gen Zs to look at insurance in a better way, what could that be?
Gen Zs as a generation actually should look insurance or the products for their financial freedom in one aspect or in one thought. What if I stop working for next 6 months? They should made to understand, in my as per my knowledge and my experience, I would put a Gen Z in the corporate world or at home for next 3 4 months, just to make him understand what happens if you are not employed or if somebody is not there. Until and unless they are put to certain test, they won't be able to understand. You raise your hands in front of them, nothing else.
Well, great advice will definitely make some Gen Zs understand more in a different ways as well. Moving on to a aspect again, we discussed different things about not taking timely insurance, but there can be reason, not just fear of death, but maybe there should be some misunderstandings about insurance. What are major misunderstandings about insurance in the minds of customer? Like, I'll give you an example. I have a very big client, let's say 500 crore net worth, a Gujarati client. So he mentions, I would never go for insurance because I don't know whether I'll get a claim or no. I'll have to run behind the insurance company. Better, I would create assets like properties or whatever it is, stocks under my son name and my wife's name, and they will be able to reap the benefits. How do you justify this?
You have uh, hit the hammer on the head, or you have nailed it actually. Only fear the customer has is that insurance company will not pay the claim. The other part of your question is that I'll create the asset. As an individual, I don't know my life. If I live, I'll be the king. Insurance is basically if I don't live. So if you know your death date, then most of the people take the insurance the night before the death. Okay. So it is basically a question mark. And insurance is what when there is a question mark. So if you are there, you'll create everything. In your way, in your circumstances, you can create everything. But when you're not there, who will create it? So that is why insurance is bought. And the biggest fear the customer has, they they think that insurance company is here to charge the premium, not to pay, which is the biggest misconception people have. People should declare, they should read the documents, what they are declaring, and it is the best way to take insurance, in my sense.
I think I'll link this something with the same aspect of it. When the customer mentioned the same thing to me, and as you clarified that you don't know what is exactly going to happen and when it is going to happen. So maybe before you create those assets, you will not be there. So in that case, I link the same thing which we discussed. How dangerous it is to be under insured than no insurance. Basically, again, the financial planning aspect for a self employed, if we were to discuss, or an NRI person, where you think you have taken a premium of 15,000 rupees covering you for 1 crore, but it is not enough. So, how under insurance is more dangerous than no insurance? This is basically why I'm putting this perspective, because there's a lot of portals right now around marketplaces where you could just go buy, but you don't plan. You don't have a financial planner with you. You don't have maybe the luxury to afford one. So, how do you afford that one? And how do you financial plan for your life?
In generally, India is basically you it's a relationship game. So in India, when uh, the portals are very new, as in 3 4 years, it mean that you get Policy Bazaar or XYZ portal. So under insurance is basically a more uh, I mean dangerous thing to have rather than having no insurance, because until and unless you understand the concept of it, why you are taking insurance, what is the reason of you taking the insurance, one should not take that. When you don't know, it is as good as that you are going to buy a Mercedes, but you come out only buying the tires. So what will you do with those tires? Okay. You need a full car to run. So you need full cover of it, including your, I mean, the every calculation, as in how much your family needs, what kind of luxury you want to give them after you. That's all the part of discussion we used to do with the customer.
So, the financial planning can only decide the right insurance for you
Exactly.
and the right cover as well. Now that brings me to the types of insurance, often confusing onto the same topic. What are different types of insurance? What exactly they protect? Starting with the most commonly known life insurance.
Life insurance is basically uh, in India is basically known as the term where it covers your life plus the investment also, that you save something, and after certain period you get some amount from the insurance company, including the interest or whatever they call it in their financial terms. So basically it covers whatsoever covers your natural death is life insurance. Whatever covers your natural death is life insurance. There are types of life insurance. One is term insurance, one is general investment plan. But in our, suggestion, or we suggest our clients to go for term insurance. Don't mix insurance and investment together.
So how does term insurance works? How one can choose his term? Can we little bit discuss on that aspect?
Yeah. So term insurance is basically you decide a tenure, that till what age you want to cover yourself. One. Second, till what age you want to pay the premium. First decision is till what age. At 30, if I want to cover myself till 50, the term insurance will be for 20 years. If I want to cover myself for 40 years, the term insurance will be
So
till.
how do I choose? Because for everyone, insurance is like an expense, not an investment. So how do I choose that?
See, again, it is an individualistic question. Till for the new couples, or the people in 30 32, we generalize it that currently they're always short of money, so they should always cover yourself or themselves till the age of 60. Because that is the age the initial survival looks for. Then it becomes an estate planning. So initially one should choose it up till the age of 60, if you have taken a home loan, if you've taken a car loan, because these are the immediate needs one should hedge. Insurance is basically hedging. Okay. So they should immediately hedge up to the age their loans are. Then better way is to hedge it for 75, 80, 85 also.
Okay. And if it is, this was related to the hedging of your liabilities.
Liabilities
What
basically.
about standard of life? In terms of that, what should be the ideal age?
Ideal age for standard of life is can also be divided into two parts. One is till 60. Most of the people have their liabilities, that children are having education and other things. Till 60, you have to see that aspect. After 60, when you retire, the spouse is there, you give, if you want to give her a security of luxury, then decide till what age you want to cover yourself. Is like, it is not you who has to basically, you cover yourself for some other people. That if your spouse lives more,
Okay.
then what? It is not you living more, it is basically your spouse living more.
Okay.
Till what time she will live? If she lives for more years, where will that survival will come from?
Okay. Got it. So if we have to summary up in one liner, what a 32-year-old guy can expect from his term insurance, the protection part.
The protection part is initially that a 32-year-old guy should divide it into three phases. One is the short term phase, second is the medium term phase, third one is the long term phase. In short term, they should think of the immediate loans and other things which they have. In the medium term range, the education of the children. In the long term range, all the three things together, about his financial freedom, about the financial freedom of the children, about the financial freedom of the spouse.
Now it's very clear in terms of term insurance, but a lot of people get confused between term insurance versus medical or
Health
health
insurance.
insurance. So, what exactly is health insurance? Already I have taken term insurance. Now, you want to take some more money out of me for the expense of one more insurance. Justify me that.
Life insurance and health insurance are two different verticals, or two different line of businesses, or two different products. Term insurance is basically hedging your income. You take term insurance to hedge your income. Like health insurance, you take to hedge your hospital bills. If you are earning and you're hospitalized, if you don't hedge that, all your income goes to the hospital bills. What then? You're again zero. So, life insurance is to hedge your income, health insurance is to hedge the hospital bills. You being there, life insurance is after you, health insurance is you are in the middle of everything and not able to afford your hospital bills.
What is the right age? And this is where I missed this part in the earlier question as well. How important is this for the non-resident Indians, be it life or health insurance specifically, because a lot of us, we feel that our companies in UAE are covering us for this insurance, but what exactly is the story behind this?
So, one aspect which everyone goes wrong in is that, as you said, that corporates is the most uh, people who think that health insurance is not what we require. So, first aspect of health insurance is the money doesn't buy the insurance, it is your health which buys the insurance. Health insurance company gives you coverage only when you are healthy. If you are unhealthy, they don't give you insurance. So, the young you are, the better to take that policy, because as you grow old, you're going to develop some health issues and the company will not give you the coverage what you require. So, as early as possible, you should go for health insurance, because it will affect you as a person, your income as a person. Your survival will be at stake if you don't, if you are not able to pay your health bills. So, you should take it as early as possible. One aspect. Why should corporate ignore us individual policy and rely on corporate? One is that you change the corporates, whether the second corporate will give the insurance or not. Second risk is whether you are healthy enough to take that insurance when you are, once you are not working.
Got it. So this is very important for the NRI community to understand. And more or less, I have seen this is, I am bragging about my community, the NRI community. Most of us are definitely going for health insurance. compared to, I would say, the people staying in India. That this is my observation. When I see people back there, they are taking it for granted more, but maybe we don't have some backing it up. So we are taking it, but always there is a gap for people who are not adhering to it. So I would move on to a very important thing now. This is for major audience of business banking and beyond. We deal with business owners, the entrepreneurs, the upcoming startups. So what insurance is beneficial for entrepreneurs and business owners in the business insurance segment?
So there are two, three kinds of insurance. One where an entrepreneur can think of. One is the trade insurance, that is your credit insurance. If you are throwing some credit to the customers, that is one. Second is directors and
Key man insurance.
key man insurance is there. That is again life insurance. Directors and omissions liability, where directors as an individual decision makers are hedged against the decisions if they go wrong.
Okay.
That is called directors and omissions liability policy. So D&O is what we call it in India. So this that is one aspect, one which all the directors should consider at least, because that supports you in decision making, wrong decision making, cheatings, and other issues where a corporate can face as an individual in the office.
And how does that work?
That basically works on the turnover, works on how many staff you have, what liability as a director you have, what percentage you have in your company. Many things decide the premium.
But not just the premium aspect of it. How does the insurance gets claim on this case? Because this is a subjective matter. It's not objective, yes or no. How does this work exactly?
This is subjective, as in you have taken a decision in regard to some business, and that decision has gone wrong. The uh, the person who is affected by this decision sues you, then all your lawsuit bills, all the things which relates to the business, which can come you or to the company, are paid by the insurance company.
Okay, so it's mainly related to litigations.
Litigations, any penalties imposed to you onto you by the court will be paid by the company, insurance company, I mean.
Okay, okay. And you mentioned about the credit insurance as well. Is this related to the credit which company is giving, or is it
Yes.
related to the bank loans?
No, it is related to the credit which company is giving to the customer, and the customer defaults, then the insurance company will pay the claim.
And what will be the process level for that? On what basis this would be decided?
Obviously, it will be decided on the balance sheets and other related documents, as in what was the duration of the tenure, the credit given, then why he has defaulted. Everything is related to that.
But there must be some underwriting related to that, because if a company of 10 million is issuing a credit of 100 million, an insurance company is not going to accept that. So, will they give any policies before you give any credits? What exactly is the framework there?
In insurance, everything is decided by the underwriter. It is not decided by the salespeople. Your books, your risk, the amount of risk, quantum of risk is decided by the insurance company as a insurer, uh, because the kind of litigations and other things which can later on happen is initially mitigated at the time of the taking the policy.
Okay, so it's the underwriting is done before only,
Yeah.
and they decided on the premium and the framework of
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
So, in that case, how you think any small business can use business insurance as a risk management tool and as an investment also?
As a small business, it can be used as a risk mitigation, uh, because that is very important for their survival. As an entrepreneur, if I've given 10 crores of credit, that is the only money which I have to run my business. If that goes, how will I run my business? So risk mitigation should be done by certain entrepreneurs in case of credit insurance. And they basically, they don't take it very seriously, as the life insurance and other things are not taken seriously.
They don't feel company is an entity in himself. It has its own identity. And a business is not built maybe for the legacy also. It's just self-employed perspective running every day. But the risk mitigation, I feel, is a very important aspect. Have you seen any client because of business insurance who has gone bankrupt, or he has seen real big concerns related to business?
There are many cases, many live cases, many things. I mean, it cannot be named. It won't be good for us legally. So there are many examples, many things which can be discussed over a cup of coffee, but it cannot be generalized or cannot be named.
Okay. Of course, we'll not name, and I'll not push you to take the names, but as any example where you saw XYZ person giving credits out, or maybe directors had some litigation issue, there was no insurance, then the client came to you and told you, if I would have taken, maybe things would have really changed.
Yeah, generally people come to us when the things are not there. If that would have been the case, अगर उन्होंने इंश्योरेंस लिया होता टाइम से, तो they would have gone to the company. So in general terms, 70% of the cases, people are not very serious about things. That is why they suffer. As far as risk mitigation is concerned, whosoever is a good entrepreneur, they try to mitigate the risk first, then do the things.
Yeah, it's not just about insurance, but as an entrepreneur, we always try to mitigate risk in normal scenarios as well. This is something which is not even in our control. So, this is, I think, should be taken care first. If you have to give one specific insurance, which is the most important insurance for an entrepreneur or a business to take in today's world, which insurance that will be?
If it is individual, it has to be for business, it has to be directors and omission policy. The other one, if it is a product, it has to be product liability. That's it.
What about term insurance?
That is an individual,
Okay,
not
sorry.
not business. So individual, once you talk about individual, one is term insurance, the second is health insurance. These are must when you enter into your work life. The later late you do, or the late you are, it is going to affect your pocket. That's it.
It's been 25 years you are working in this industry. I am sure you must be having one or two stories where literally the client took insurance from you, something happened, and then later on you helped them to get the claim. What was that feeling when you got him the claim? And what was the client feeling when he got that money?
It is both ways. As an insurance professional, it is basically gives you satisfaction that uh, you have you have solved the purpose. Okay. As a customer, it is always not a better feeling to take an insurance claim, but they thank God that their decision was correct and on time, so that they took that insurance. There are many examples as good as we have given the insurance today, and the next day one of my client met with an accident. So the claim was paid, the family was happy, uh, I mean, other was happy. He himself was happy that only the accident happened. So, as in not the accident happened, but it happened and he got the money. It's not about money. It's about the safety which he had bought yesterday, and his decision was good.
Well, it's been 30, 40 minutes we have been speaking. I've realized one thing which I never realized before in the insurance agent or insurance industry, that you're not taking the questions answers head on when it is about emotional aspect of the client, and which I want to really address to all the people who think insurance agents or insurance advisors or financial planners are just there to take your money. You don't feel good exactly when something happens, but when it happens, if you have a protection, that makes financial advisor planner happy about you. At least that aspect is covered. So I can just urge everyone, not to take advisors in a different model or in a different way. They are all there to help you for that situation which might come, which they don't want to come but can come. So let's take that positively. I'll finish this story telling part with one last story, which is very important again because we need to keep this fair somewhere. Otherwise, we take things for granted. Have you seen any cases where insurance was not taken and the family was completely dismantled after the demise?
It is as good as the latest crash. The ex company had not taken the insurance of that aircraft or the other insurances related to the risk, that company must have gone bankrupt. So, insurance is basically not only important for an individual, important for the company as well. The survival for individual and the company is hand in hand.
So, we are speaking about the shocking incidents of Ahmedabad flight crash. And yes, the company survived, but insurance plays an important role there. Now, speaking about the AI, the chat GPTs and everything, people are speaking to chat GPT about everything from emotional feelings to tech to essays. Everything is there on chat GPT. Do you think insurance industry and insurance advisors will be hit by the AI?
Insurance is basically an emotional thing where it can't be talked to anybody or everybody. You sometimes talk it very privately, you sometimes talk it very professionally. So I don't think that uh, uh, that should affect as some professional in a way. But yes, one thing Gen Zs or the other people should ask the AI: how much insurance cover do I need?
Maybe create your own persona there and
Yeah,
then
it is the customer who needs AI more rather than the professional. They are not competition. They are not competition. They are basically a help to the advisor and to the customer as well.
exactly. That is, I think, I wanted to hear. We were in information age during Google. I think Google is passing by. Now information is more refined and you get the right information. But again, the AI is not going to say then don't buy insurance. The first thing if I do chat GPT now, it would say go buy now. But how do you buy? Through AI? No, you need an advisor. So I think advisor play a very important role to be along with you. The information can be chat GPT.
True.
Do you
You need an advisor at every stage of life. When Virat Kohli became a cricketer, full-fledged cricketer, he still had a coach with him. After a successful life, after a successful career, he had a coach by his side all the time.
I've seen you since, I mean, till my age. Are you considering to become a life coach?
Not yet. I don't know about life, but it is this profession is actually a life coach vis-a-vis the profession. So it sometimes it gives you feeling that you should coach somebody because you are doing good to the community as an entrepreneur. So it runs hand in hand.
Exactly. Now, AI is one thing, but do you see technology playing any role in terms of improving the insurance for the customers?
It is it is it plays both ways. It is ease of doing business at one hand and ease of taking insurance on the other hand. Ease of doing business for the entrepreneur, insurance entrepreneur, and ease of taking insurance for the customer. So it is working as a Indian, as an NRI. You sitting here can buy insurance from India. You can make payments. So it is actually technology is taking this profession and the for customer, both of them, to take this very nice and very easy for them to do the things. So technology is one part which is playing us in increasing the business, and as a customer it is taking shortest of time to focus on the payments and the other issues.
Since you mentioned about the NRI aspect again, So we know very well how insurance helps you when you're a resident of India and you're staying there. As an NRI, insurance helps in tax saving as well.
It used to be time that it used to help in tax savings, but not anymore. In Dubai, there are no taxes which can be saved in India, and Indian government is also becoming uh, they are going easy on taxation. So nowadays you cannot link tax savings with the insurance policies anymore.
Good to know. Now it's the time for the Gen Z's thing, which is a quick rapid fire round, which I call pick and prove with Hemant Katyal. And the Katyal remains same, but pick and prove.
Katyal Square.
Pick, yes, Katyal Square, and pick and prove is my IP. Now this is very fast answers and very fast questions. So are you ready for that?
Hope so.
So the first question is term in a plan or investment plan. Why?
Term insurance any day costs you very less on the pocket, gives you more freedom to buy higher sum assureds on a very lower premium.
One insurance policy everyone should buy in their 30s.
Any term insurance and a good health insurance.
Biggest money mistake you see people making.
Trading in the share market every day.
If you had 1 crore to invest today, where would you put in?
I'll put it in diversified equity of mutual funds, because for me, my equity is my business. Put that money in equity and focus on your equity, that is your business.
One insurance myth you wish would have disappeared forever.
Insurance doesn't pay.
Most unusual thing you have insured.
A goods carrying rickshaw
A goods carrying rickshaw.
30 years back.
Oh my god.
That person had the vision that yes, if it is stolen, his business will vanish.
And you covered that
Yeah.
30 years back. Coffee or chai during client meetings.
Chai over a talk or over a good talk.
One word your client describe you with.
Trustworthy.
If you were not insurance advisor, what career you would be in?
I would have gone broke.
Now you're helping people not to get broke.
Yeah.
Your personal definition of financial freedom.
Anything which gives you happiness after an achievement is basically financial success for you. If you talk about financial success, purely about financial success, it is actually not doing anything and having to run everything without you is basically the financial success.
So it's not the money which gives you freedom and you're lying down on a couch, but the other way around, which you're mentioning. Thank you so much for taking out the time and taking us in flashback, giving us so much of fear and responsibility at the same time. I think sometimes fear brings responsibility out of every one of us, and that's what an insurance advisor does the best. Thank you so much, Bhaiya, for coming here. And
Thank you. Thank you so much for hosting me. It is wonderful seeing you growing, asking me questions. I've taught you, but it is the opposite way now. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.